starting. We are live at World of Monsters. Welcome to World of Monsters. Hey guys, before we get started, let me know how the audio is. Is the gain too high? How's the lighting? How's the contrast? Hi, Chad. First? No, I was first. What's up, Chance? What's up, 13 Elite? All right, here we go. It's been a while. Let's wait a minute for people to get set up and for me to get set up here. What's up, Alex? Love that name. Hey, it's Alex. Bodacious Beast. I've mentioned it before. We've got the best names here at World of Monsters. Okay, welcome. Best YouTube channel ever. Wow. Thank you, Nicholas. Nicholas. From his cave in the Wales. My day's been confusing. I haven't accomplished much except for this. I've been preparing for this for a while, trying to get it as best as possible. Since this is the second official live, we've done a second one, but we've originally done the first one at 10,000 subscribers, and now this one celebrating 50,000 subscribers, and, well, my new website, which, you know, I'd like to mention too. Of course, everything right on time. It wasn't planned. Actually, I was planning on doing the live stream next at 100,000, unless you guys wanted one a lot earlier. If you really wanted one earlier. But YouTube. So anyway, huzzah to 50,000. Let me know if the volume's too high. Let me know if the lighting's too bright. By the way, we got Boney here. You guys know Boney? We created Boney. We created Boney together. And then we got the twins over there, Uman and Thuman. They're hanging. They're not hanging today. Actually, they're sitting. They're sitting on the back there, on the skin of an ancient chimera. All right, let me catch up here. How's your day? Hello there, Mr. Symbiote. Hello, Hot Rod. Hello, Blake. Hello, Cape Pro. Dragon Transformer, hey. Chat says I just watched your Xeno video. My All About Xenomorph video, is that the one? Yes, been waiting for this. Me too. You know how many videos I think I've done for this channel. We've done almost 200 or over 200 now, but nothing gets me as kind of nervous, anxious as doing live stream, of course. Except for also long videos, like the Godzilla video, the Bigfoot one. Those take a couple hours to film. So, all right, we got Scar versus Wolf, please. Ooh, Scar versus Wolf. That's interesting. I haven't heard of that one yet. Those two predators fighting. Those two Iwayas. Surprised I managed to catch this, alright? What's your favorite monster? I'm so excited. My favorite... Ooh, that's a hard question. Let me get back to that, maybe. Hello, it's fine. Alright, good. Shout out your new channel. Alright. Shout out to 13 Elite Studios. New channel out there. Good luck. YouTube's getting tougher and tougher, but you never know when they're going to change up their numbers again. Mine was always Minotaur. I love the Minotaur, hence it was my first video on this channel. The volume is okay, the lighting is awesome. Excellent. Hi, I'm 10 years old. Hi, Blake. Chat's 10 years old. Very cool. Excellent. That's great. I always wonder what age actually watches us here. It's all about Simper Serpent Hunter. Serpent Hunter kicks ass. No, dip your 10. Dip your 10. What does that mean? No, dip your 10. Okay, got it. It's all about Serpent Hunter. Okay, let's keep this moving along. If you guys can help out, just slaughter that like button to make sure we can keep this going and people come to the right place here. All those monster lovers out there, all those monsterites. So first of all, I want to mention, I want to repeat, since we're officially running, I don't need to watch myself anymore. 26 watching. All right, let's double it. Let's see, it's been waiting so long. That's right, people don't understand us. They don't understand. They're only human, right? Huzzah. Turning 12 on July 4th. All right, early happy birthday. I found your channel while searching up stuff for werewolves. Excellent, thank you for letting me know. I love this channel, I've been waiting for so long. And my favorite monster is either Hydra, sure thing. All right, so yeah, congratulations to all of us for 50,000 subscribers. This July, the end of this July, will be our 3 years here of World of Monsters on YouTube. So, yeah. Let's see, what else? Well, I'll show you guys the website soon. A couple of things. I asked you guys what you wanted to talk about in live stream a few weeks ago, and I made a little poll on Facebook, and I started that poll. Sometimes I start the poll just as an example so people know how to add to the poll, but some people just, I think they don't get that you can add to the poll, so they just vote on whatever example poll I made, if you know what I mean. But anyway, the highest votes were werewolves, to talk about werewolves, and Blob. Believe it or not, Blob. Alright, so I'll be going back and forth with what I've got here to talk about, and reading your guys' comments, because that's priority. Oops, there, kids, sorry. Alessandro says, I'm from Brazil, man. Chad, April 16th, my birthday. Tell me, guys, where are you from? Tell me by country. If you're in the States, tell me what state you're in. I'm native, so my favorite monster have to do with my culture. Okay, that's what Leo Guns said. Blake, right. I love xenomorphs, do you? We all love xenomorphs here. 13 elite. So, I mean, dragon. Transformer. Damn, 3 years. Your videos are the best. Hot Rod. Hot Rod, you are hot. Thank you very much. You rock. Werewolves, yes, my favorite. All right, so let's jump into it. Now, before we get into that topic, let's not postpone this anymore. So I started the website. I already actually sold a couple pieces, which is cool. One to another YouTuber by the name of Idig Beer out there. So shout out to Idig Beer. And so it was like a pre-launch, but this is the official launch here. So let's take a look at that. Let's see if I can minimize the window so you don't have to look at my silly old face. All right, let's switch the page here. And here we go. Are you ready? What am I doing? There it is. Okay. Just have to minimize myself. There we go. There we go. Getting smaller. Getting smaller. Getting smaller. Oh, disappeared. All right. There we go. So that's World of Monsters. Well, the website is monsterite.com. 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 That's right. I just purchased that domain. Can you guys see me all right? Yeah, I think so. Let's see the chat. So yeah, I purchased monsterite.com, and let's see if you can see at least the top bar there. Yes, you can. So let's see where you guys are from real quick. We got Ontario. Cool. So we got Canada, we got Illinois, we got America, we got Connecticut. Which America? I'm assuming North America. Connecticut, New Mexico, cool, close. Just slow down, slow down. Connecticut, New Mexico. And I'm late. You're not late, Brant. You're right on time. Idaho, New York, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, all throughout the United States. I was born in Albany, New York, and live in Orlando, Florida. Nice, just south of your home, I guess. Original home. Huzzah. To the monsters and the monster lovers. I'm Jernez and Kewa tribes. Ah, fascinating. I'm going to have to Google that. Ben Super Saiyan Rose. Bendy Super Saiyan Rose, what's up? Welcome. You're one of my favorite YouTubers right now. Thank you very much. Hopefully I'll stay up there for you. I'll do my best. Thank you very much. Brent Birdier. Brent said, I'm from Ohio. I Walker. I like werewolves the most from Missouri. Okay. The werewolves of Missouri. Interesting. Then we got Blake Wright already. Australia. We all do, right? Okay. Continuing. I was born in Albany. Sorry, I'm going backward now. Love the background. Thank you very much. Shrinking Magic. Sorry for the delayed reading now. Tell us about yourself. About myself. I thought you've heard too much about me. Watching this right on, man. Welcome, Kronos. Good to see you here. Texas. Okay. Rose, Texas. Creature Creator. Got my face polished today. Pride is wounded. Thanks for streaming. Right on. Hope you feel better. Main North America. Yes, I am. Okay, so North America. Yes, I am ready. Greetings from Mexico. Hola. Mexican monsters. I hope we will be seeing more of those. No one talks. Bodacious Beast says, no one talks about native monsters. I try to tell stories. I love information you produce. Thank you very much. Alright guys, so let's take a look at this site real quick. I'm not going to be spending too much time as you could be doing this at the moment too. So new, basically everything listed as far as my artwork or things here right now is 2D art, is in the 2D art section. There's nothing in 3D art yet, and I will be adding stuff almost daily. Old things, new things. There's a few pieces in the gallery I'll show you. So if we go to new, it'll just scroll down this page. There we go. And this also has mobile view too, so you can check it out on mobile. So there we go. Oh, and congratulations to you guys, to the website, to 50,000 subscribers, everything on the website. If you are interested in this, in supporting the channel through this, so you at least are getting something back. If not, all good. Just slaughter that like button and get more Monsterites here. But everything is going to be 35% off until, well, for the next month. So until June 5th. And if you celebrate Cinco de Mayo, today's Cinco de Mayo in the States, so happy Cinco de Mayo to you. So there we go. Wow, what a day. What a day to stream. I guess it worked out, right? And then we got the contact information there at the bottom. But yeah, so let's take a look. We can click on stuff here, or we can go to directly to 2D art, where we'll see all those sketches I did, right? A couple paintings that I also filmed here. The first one I filmed on another small channel, but they are both here. And then when you click on it, and everything's set at 35% off already. And then when you click on it, you see the picture of it, and I also put in a framed sample, so not all of them, none of the sketches come framed, but I just showed that example so you know what I mean by that when you select that option. Anyway, so you can look through those. Then in my gallery, I got 3 of my digital paintings I did a while back, and I'll be sharing more about those in the future, and they will be on sale on canvas prints in limited amounts. In limited editions. They will all be numbered, and so nobody can have your copy. That's all to keep the value, and yeah, to not I don't know, I wanted to say oversaturate. Okay, so that's it. That's pretty much what we have up. So most everything is here in the 2D gallery. You can click load more, and you're going to keep getting more and more and more. So that's the website. Thank you for making me finally make it, create it, giving me the enthusiasm, the energy, the power to do it. It's because of you guys. So why did I bring you here? Let's keep it here at least. So I do thank you guys, because it's because of you that I did finally hit upon doing that. Okay, next topics. Let's see what you guys have to talk about regarding werewolves and the Blob of the movie The Blob. Huzzah to that. We'll just huzzah to everything. So you should find something to celebrate every day. Makes life more interesting that way. So, and then, yeah, I got more things. If chat gets slower, if it gets faster, we'll stick to it a bit more. Give you guys some of my energy here. All right, I'm not going to scroll too far up. Actually, I can go back all the way. Get it. It's not Fullman Elite says my favorite monster is and not sure. Hey, Alex says Quetzalcoatl, Quetzalcoatl, as they say here, but Quetzalcoatl. And I don't even say it that well. Awesome God, man, that research was some serious stuff. That's actually the first time I rented out books to research a god for one of the videos. Most other things I can find enough information online and from the books I own. But Quetzalcoatl, that gets pretty deep. Brent says, what are you going to talk about on your next video? Actually, you know, I don't normally say that. I don't know why, but you guys are the elite. You are here watching, and how many of you are watching? Let's take... Let's take a look at this. Okay, watching 19 are watching. So, I'll tell you guys. Actually, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, I'll be releasing a video on what? Actually, it's off of a video that PewDiePie, kind of what PewDiePie was talking about in his latest video, and about, and also about me being qualified to run this channel. So, yeah, I guess that's all I'll say about it. But thanks for asking. Blake says, let's start this thing, man! 13 Elite says... Okay, I'm going too far back now. My favorite for... Okay, let's go down a little bit more here. Hydra, because you're cut off one head and it's gross down. Alright, Leo Kun says, Wendigo and Skinwalkers are basically the only native monsters people know. I love listening to stories from the older generations, like the Rolling Head and other things. It is very fascinating. Wendigos, Skinwalkers, all that stuff. And when I do get to it, I'll get deep into it and explore that. I just haven't had time to, and it hasn't been the topic of the moment for me. But it is fascinating. Expensive this stuff. How expensive is this stuff on a website? That's a good question. I appreciate that question, actually, because from my perspective, when looking at everything without the 35% off, everything's cheaper, of course, now. I would say some things are cheap and some things I would consider expensive. We have things right now that go from, I think, $6.50 with the discount, $6.50, free shipping in the US, up to, I think, like $80 or $75, somewhere around there. So there's a big range, and I did that for a reason. So, you know, for viewers that just would appreciate something from me and don't want to, you know, pay crazy bucks for it. And let me know what you think about that. Also, I mean, 2 more. How expensive? Okay. Love the site. Thank you very much. Thank you. I mean, awesome. I'm just glad I got monsterite.com. It was available. Pretty awesome. I mean, awesome. Never stop making videos. Never stop making videos. I won't. I don't plan to. I might slow down because things are getting tough on this platform. So I don't know if I'll be able to devote full-time hours into it anymore. But I won't stop. It's my life. It really is my life because it coordinates and touches upon so many things in my life that I have a passion for. So that's why World of Monsters can be so general, yet so specific. It worked out. Love the stream. Love the dragon, man. Love the dragon. Oh, the dragon. Yeah, the Oriental dragon. One of my first, and I do have a speed paint of it out on there on the internet, but not on this channel. And eventually, I'll put it here too. Never mind, I'll stay. Did you talk about the Blob? Not yet, Brent. I didn't talk about the Blob just yet. Going to do that in a minute or so. Yeah, yeah. It's. I've been playing Skyrim recently, Kick says, and I've been playing as a werewolf. Right on. I haven't played Skyrim in a while. It's still installed. I basically beat the main story there, but I haven't had time, and now I'm trying to move on to Witcher 3. Huzzah to that. We love the Blob. Right on. Good to hear that. Salutations. Hey, Louis and the dog. Welcome. Welcome here. Monster Master Arthur. Go check out Louis. I'll give him a shout out for sure. He's always here. He's doing drawings too of different monsters. Very supportive, very cool guy. Also in the Facebook group. Go check him out. Louis Zenadog. Very cool guy. Okay. I like Clover. Clover, big and powerful. I'm going to move this a little higher so I can have a little bit better false contact with you. Eye contact. Okay, let's talk about the monsters of the topic. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to hear about? Let's go into Blob first or werewolf. Should we do alphabetical? You know what? Let's flip it. Let's go werewolf first. What do you want to talk about werewolves? I'm thinking, for one, werewolf transformations. Oh, no. This is making noise. This ad is making noise. Okay, but you guys won't hear it. Cool.
6 is a limited ingredient diet with food sensitivity.
That is annoying. Ads that run sound when not clicked on. Not a fan of that. Okay, but I am a fan of werewolves. So here we go. What do you want to talk about? Werewolves. Let's start with the transformations, since that's a hot topic. It's helped build this channel to where it is today. And the question I guess about that is, would it be painful or would it not be? Transforming into a werewolf. And we're talking transforming, because we could also use the word morphing. And if we're going to morph into a werewolf, like you see in Twilight, or in the morphing, what are those, Animorphs books, where people morph into the creature, then it's so fast, you wouldn't feel that pain. It's almost like it's a molecular level, energetic kind of, if you're taking atom by atom transformation, movement in your body all at the same time, so that it shifts so smooth that you can do it, you know, under a minute, within a few seconds. So you don't really feel that adjustment so much until you get the shock of being a new being. So morphing, probably not much pain, right? But transforming, as we see in a lot of movies, most movies, you see bit by bit transforming. So yeah, there would be excruciating pain. I like one question somebody brought up lately in a comment, and that was, would you, it was a cool question too. It was, let me know if you can't hear me too well, or if I'm yelling. The question is, would you rather be a vampire? Let me see how many. Okay, we got 23 people watching. Right on. Slaughter that like button. I mean it. That's how we're going to keep this going, keep the party going. So, would you rather be a vampire I forgot everything they mentioned in the comment, but would you rather be a vampire, have the weakness to sun and fire, and have only be able to live on blood, and I think there's a couple other disadvantages, or be a werewolf, and every time you transform, you go through that excruciating pain, but you can transform any time. What would you choose? And that was a really cool question, because normally I choose werewolf. I'm a big werewolf fan. I love animals. I love that wilderness. I love that wildness. But I love traditional. I love vampires too. I don't love what Twilight did or any of that stuff. But vampire, I mean, watch Interview with a Vampire. Watch the older Nosferatu, things like that. Even Underworld movies. So anyway, let's see what you guys are saying here. Ripping open. Yep, I think your skin would be ripping open, Mexica Gaming said. See, personally, I prefer that really grotesque transform, that the skin's falling off. And in high school, we had to do a drawing in our art class where you choose an animal and you draw a portrait of yourself. So you draw a portrait of that animal and yourself, and then you do about 3 steps of you transforming into it. And everybody did the whole morphing thing. I was the only one in the classroom that really did it grotesque. And looking back at it, I was kind of surprised where my mind was at that point. But anyway, yeah, basically I had the skin falling off, blood, bodily juices, fluids going everywhere, and all that until I had the snake face. So yes, I chose the snake as mine. Louis says, I imagine that it must hurt like heck to transform into a lycanthrope. And yeah, if we're talking transforming bit by bit, I would agree. Therefore, that question of would I rather be a vampire with these disadvantages or a werewolf was really hard for me. Because like I said, normally I choose werewolf, but I was thinking that's some crazy pain to go through. I mean, think about childbirth in a woman, in a lady, times 10, because that's happening mostly in one region of the body, but a werewolf transformation, you got that kind of pain, maybe doubled, but in every inch of your body. That's pretty insane, and I don't know if I'd want to deal with that. Maybe I'd rather just go out at night, drink some blood, still have superhuman powers. So that's a tricky question. What do you guys say? Tell me, werewolf or vampire? Werewolf or vampire? Go ahead. Chad said bye. Where's Chad going? Before Chad said hippogriffs. And he's reading Harry Potter. All right. Enjoy, Chad. Blake said werewolf's so cool. Definitely. I wish someone classified different kinds of werewolf. That's a good idea. Because usually it's done by wolfman and then werewolves. And then maybe lycanthropes if people want to separate that. But wolfman is more humanoid, werewolf would be more werewolf. But really, it's all mixed up, so there's no separate classification technically to it. We can do it on the channel. Woman's time of the month. Yep, that's what Branch Core said. Werewolves are kind of like the woman's time of the month. Yeah, but I'd say times 100, which is insane. More than woman's time of... Sorry, I was thinking pregnancy, right? Which is, you know, a lot of pain. So werewolves are kind of like, okay, we just read that. Do cause of the werewolves reproduce faster in the transformation regeneration? Yeah, I would assume they would have accelerated regeneration. That's usually what we see, and considering that big metamorphosis, that huge change, then yeah, I would say werewolves have very heightened regeneration. So do vampires, but werewolves even more so because of that change. But then again, some vampires change into bats or bat-like monsters. So we got that too. Yeah, anatomy is literally shifting to different species, exactly. And so is the brain, or at least parts of the brain. All right, let's get down to you guys. I'm not yelling. Thank you, Blake. Good to hear it. I'm sure my neighbors might disagree, but at least this doesn't. You know what? Huzzah to that. Have you seen that movie Monster? High Horror Show said. You know what? I'm not sure. Let me look that up real quick. Real quick. How fitting. Real quick. I just wrote horror monster movie. Hopefully Google will show me. Yes, 2003 Monster. Yes, I have seen Monster, and I have seen it actually quite recently. Quite recently. Drama movie, not really related to the monsters, mythological monsters we talk about here, but monsters nonetheless. It was a good movie. She did an excellent job acting in it, actually. That actress, forgot her name. Werewolves for Life. Best stream ever. Thank you very much. I'm trying. We've got 19 people watch. Let's try to double that to keep it going. If you guys keep it going here, I'll keep it going here. It's an exchange of energy. Werewolves from Van Helsing. All right, let's talk about Werewolves from Van Helsing a little bit, and then we'll probably go to the Blob. So thanks, Alex. Let's talk about that. What can we talk about that? I'm just opening about every window here. All right, Werewolves from Van Helsing. A hot topic. All right, so you guys just go ahead and share your opinions on the topics. I'll be reading them. If you're not, then I'll share mine. So, hello, Voltix. Welcome. Werewolves from Van Helsing. The design is beloved by most werewolf, I think, with the new generation and everything, I'd say almost most werewolf fans out there. A lot of them are for the werewolf from American Werewolf in London. Okay, that's a classic. You can't deny that. And then the CGI werewolf of Van Helsing, which they just did a great job. But you know what? Should I tell? Yeah, I'll tell you guys, because you're my special viewers here. I did a video on the greatest werewolves, right? And Van Helsing's there, but I wouldn't consider it that high. If they redid the movie now with better CGI, it'd probably be better. But it's a little dated. You can still tell it's CGI, but the form is awesome and it's totally aggressive. But the CGI kind of separates it from reality for a lot of people. Not being so realistic, but maybe more realistic is the werewolf. What's his name? William. You guys got to check this out. Let me do Google Images. Hopefully it's going to be safe for the live stream. Werewolf, William from Underworld. I've got to say that's, to me, for me, that's one of the best werewolf designs out there. It's just about, let's get a big, yeah. Just about all practical, mostly. I need to rewatch the movie. But that craziness there, the power, it's white, so it really sticks out. He just looks, it looks excellent. Abomination there. Man, I need to do a video on Abomination. Okay, need I say more? Check that out. That's definitely one of my favorite werewolf designs out there. Also, another movie, Cabin in the Woods, I believe. But they didn't show that werewolf enough. If you look at the practical effects of that werewolf, you know what? Why don't I just show you here? Cabin in the Woods. They did so much work on that werewolf, and then you see it for maybe 10, 15 seconds in the film. But they did a really awesome job of it walking everything, the green screening, the legs out. Look at that. And where is it in the movie? Not cool. Not cool, Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't have enough respect for the werewolf. Let's take a look at what you guys are saying. Jeremy says, I have to go to work, but why not have both? Love the channel. Both vampire and werewolf. I love both. I love both. That's why it's such a hard decision for me. Let's see. Nicholas said, what? The goriest movie that Brent said, what's the goriest movie that I've seen? And yes, I do like Hydra. The Hydra, Blake asked. Awesome monster. One of my earlier videos, I did an all about on it. The goriest movie, what is it called? Dead Alive. It's a very gory, but in a funny way. I can't think of right now at the moment, and in this heat of the moment, the goriest I've ever seen. I have seen some gory ones for sure, but gory, but it's so crazy gory. That's Dead Alive. You have to check out Dead Alive if you're a horror fan. It's intestines moving out, walking around. It's crazy, but it's so crazy and over the top. It's very humorous. So if you're a movie fan, you gotta check out Dead Alive. I've definitely seen that too late in my life. Wish I saw it at least my high school years. So Nicholas asked or said, Twilight made the vampire and werewolf into a joke. I'm also a fan of Werewolf Hunter. I agree. I'm not gonna talk more about Twilight, but the werewolves, the humans changing into morphing into werewolves in wolf form, that's not really that much of a joke. I prefer the crazy hybrid monster werewolf form myself, but the wolf form is also in legend and things like that. So that's definitely not the weak point of those movies, right? So huzzah. Capital Zul says there are a lot of types of vampires, and that's very true too. Just like the Strigoi that I recently did all that research for. Oh, that was so cool. Really cooler than what I expected before getting into the lore of the Strigoi of the Strain series. Branch Core says werewolf, underworld style. Yeah, it can change at will, but still very painful. Okay. I'd probably go with that decision. Hey, it's Alex says werewolves from Van Helsing. Right, and I did read that earlier. And Brant said, can people transform into other animals, human-like, than wolves? That's a big question, and I will be delving deeper into the whole topic of the reality, the magic spelled with the K, CK, in the occult and things like that, of people shape-shifting and changing into other things, and also just doing it psychologically. So it is a fascinating topic, but it's not a 1 minute or even a 10-minute discussion. It gets pretty fascinating. I have to go to work. Okay, so you said that, and let's go back down. Let's catch up with you guys. Jeremy, did you say that twice? I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy. Let's go with that. That's safer. Creature Creator said, what if the werewolf transformation took place in a large fleshy sack or cocoon? There you go. More, and I hinted that word earlier, more of a metamorphosis. So not just doing it all here, but, and yeah, okay. Let's not get distracted here. Focus. I like that realism of that comment. That's very cool, and I wish I could go back in time and add that to my All About Werewolf video, but it makes more sense too. It could maybe take longer, or put it in a movie and make it take as long, but a movie should take that idea. Who wrote that down? That was Creature Creator. Of course, Creature Creator with the great ideas. Yes, they should make a movie of like the exterior part of your flesh may be kind of getting loosened and making kind of a sack, and then underneath that going through the metamorphosis kind of in a more peaceful state and kind of being knocked out so you don't feel that pain, right? And then in a minute, or if we're more realistic, some hours or days, you rip through that sack and you're a crazy werewolf. I like that very much. And it's very gory, too. It would be very gory. Caprol Zul. There are a lot of types of vampires. Okay, I already read that one. Let's see. I'd be Vulcan, Louis says. If I had a chance, but if I choose one, it would have to be vampire, since they could continue to build up power and I haven't seen a werewolf achieve that. Huzzah. A vampire and going up in power. Yeah, I'd say you'd have more of a chance to explore that too. It all depends on what kind of werewolf form, like what you would be like. Would you keep your consciousness, or would you totally go berserk and forget everything you're doing once you're back in human form? But let's say you are in werewolf form, you retain your human mind, intelligence, coordination, even better coordination as a werewolf, right? But not that crazy berserkness. Then, yeah, werewolf would be more appealing. But because of that, vampires do have that benefit. You know, when looking at most lore, you can make your werewolf however you want. I need to give you guys more eye contact. I keep looking right here. I'm sorry. If I could only... Alright, what's your favorite monster movie? Hot Rod asked. I got that question again. Oh, no, now it's monster movie. That's a difficult question. Did I ever think about that? Was I ever preparing for that question? That's a hard one. I'll tell you what I really kept in mind earlier for many years. It's not my favorite, and I have mentioned it before, and I think even on the live stream, and that's Wax Works. Wax Works, an older monster movie, and it's a wax museum, and it has a werewolf. It has all these creatures, but then they come to life. Oh, I loved that idea as a kid. I just love the idea of statues and inanimate things, or things like that, things that normally wouldn't be doing that, come to life and just destroy and wreak havoc. So that stayed in my mind for a long time. Now it's going to be a whole mix of things, from the Tolkien movies, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. Let me see if I'd need more time to think that one over. Yeah, there's so many movies out there, right? And I'm going to give a shout out to another movie. I did mention Dead Alive. Go check that one out for gore. But Dagon, another low budget movie, I believe filmed in New Zealand also. But Dagon, that's from Lovecraftian Cthulhu. I really like that movie. It's low budget and all, but that feeling, I really enjoyed that. So just a shout out to it, since it's not a big Hollywood blockbuster. All right, let's catch up with you guys. And we're going to talk about Blob soon. John Calder, welcome John, said, should they add werewolves? Should they add were sharks to the next Elder Scrolls games if it is set in the watery land of Argonia? Ooh. The swampy lands, those are going to be so cool if they do it right. And Elder Scrolls usually do it pretty good compared to other games. But were sharks, if they're in the lore, and it depends how they make them look. And I think if Elder Scrolls does it, they'll do it right. So I'd say, sure, let's see what they'll look like. Just like trolls. You have the usual trolls, green with long nose, like you see in the older Elder Scrolls. But look at the new trolls of Skyrim. They have a third eye here. They did a good job. And yeah, I respect the art team behind there, and the lore writers, and that whole group of people that work on those games. And I love were sharks. I love orc sharks. Ryan says, Ryan Thomas, Dead Alive, also named Brain Dead. Is that? I didn't know that. Well, Brain Dead or Dead Alive. Go check it out, guys. Shout out to it. It's also lower budget. But it's a classic for cult horror movies. John Calder, what is your opinion on were sharks? Well, just told you, I love them. I love that form. There's some awesome artwork out there. I'm going to do some more too. And I've had this idea of doing a very simple miniature / card / dice game. of making these simple, cheap budget miniatures. And one of the first ones I designed for that game, we'll see if it ever comes to being that game, but were sharks. I love them. Love that idea. It's crazy. That's why xenomorphs are cool too. They're kind of like land sharks, as I said in my weird ending of my all types of xenomorph video. Voltix says, I remember I left a request a while ago, the difference between dragons and wyverns. You know what, Voltix? I looked at your request. I hope you're listening, because I like to do these filler episodes on a hot topic that you guys mentioned. Then I saw other videos, and there was one pretty good video out there. So, shout out to wherever that video is, if you guys can check it out. But I will be doing that. But in general, quick answer is, for the most part, looking at Lorne, wyvern would be kind of like, on my hand here, would be the dragon with the back leg parts and wings, but no forearms, just wings. And I will do a more in-depth video on this, I still think. Going more in depth. I respect that question and I enjoy it. And dragons would have the forelegs and the back legs and the set of wings. And then there's more, but that's the general kind of anatomical differences that most people note. Blake says, CGI is better in my opinion. That's very, I almost like controversial on this channel. A lot of people, we get fans of both. I stick with what I said. There's crappy CGI, there's crappy special practical effects, but if we're going crappy, I prefer practical. For higher end, I like both because they're both good quality. They're both awesome with the technology we have these days. Earlier, Voltix said, first time I've been in a stream like this, so I'm a little shy. No problem. I should be the one that's shy, but you guys just give me crazy enthusiasm, motivation. So, huzzah to that. Alright. Hey, it's Alex. He was the first werewolf. That's what he said. Bad Moon is an awesome movie. I see that in the comments. I really enjoy that werewolf movie too. Mexica Gaming, do you think Skinwalker can mimic a wolf? Hold on. Bendy Super Saiyan Rose said, what is your opinion on the Lycan from Underworld, the huge one? Ah, yes, the giant one. The giant Lycan. I'd have to rewatch the movie to give you more of an idea, more of an analysis on the lore of it. As far as what it looked like and the CGI, I don't know. I wasn't that crazy about it, that impressed. But the lore, if outside of the movie, that'd be a pretty crazy thing, and it would be a cool, very fun thing to analyze and do an all-about video about. Mexica Gaming, okay. And do you think a Skinwalker can mimic a wolf? Would the werewolf accept him or battle him? I would say true wolves, looking at animals and how sensitive they are to things as weather, to things as other animals of other groups, then I would say 25 people watching, slaughter those likes, let's bring in more, let's hit 50, guys. It's been years. No, it's been a year. It's been almost exactly a year since we did the last major live stream. What was I saying? So, I would say that werewolves wouldn't accept something like that into their pack, for the most part. Animals have a higher level of sensitivity to things like that than we do, and they're more territorial too. So that would be interesting. More wolf than men. Okay, let's go down. Creature Creator says, then once it's done, on its rampage, devours the bodies to convert the body mass into another fleshy sack made of the werewolf bits and fur, bones too, and then emerges a mentally scarred human. Thank you. A mentally scarred. Even more so than we usually see in movies, I'd say. That's good. Cool. Louis says, very true, Arthur. It looks awesome. Right on, man. Let's see. Leo said, might have thought the to categorize werewolf cursed heritage ritual. Gatekeeper. I saw you on there earlier. Gatekeeper, welcome to the live stream, my man. The world of monsters gatekeeper. Welcome him, guys. He's been doing videos also on this channel. He's got 2 up. One on the kind of Nessie of the United States, the Loch Ness Monster, if you want to call it that, of the United States. And another video on all the types of goblins. Oh, I love that video. I love looking into the types in actual legend. So he said, one gatekeeper. For a werewolf, I was a fan of Teen Wolf, the original. Teen Wolf, the original, was awesome. And I love the part where he comes out of the bathroom and his father's in werewolf form. That was unforgettable. Great movie, though. Great movie. Michael J. Fox. Brent Verdier says, Dead Alive is good, but can't find, though. Yeah, see, problems with low-budget movies. How can you support them? That's why we need to shout them out. Big YouTubers out there should shout them out. John Calder, what is your opinion? Okay, let's go back down. Let's go to the latest comment. Welcome, Gatekeeper. Enjoy your stay. Creature Creator, thank you for welcoming one of our team members here on World of Monsters. John said, do you think orcs have worse squigs? Worse squigs. See, squigs are awesome creatures. I enjoy them very much. I need to get miniatures of them. They look like creatures from the game The Horde, an old game, but they're big red balls with legs and huge mouths. Those are squigs, and they're usually run by goblins. So, yeah, I think that would be a cool idea if they did, and they should, John. Let's go to, real quick, let me go through your comments real quick. Series versus Evil Dead. What are your thoughts? Nicholas asks, what are your thoughts at the end of the series of Ash? You know what? I need to watch again to know what you're talking about the end with the Evil Dead series. I know the series. I've watched them. But it's been a while since I watched the latest one. And I want to watch it again, but with my significant other to share that experience with her. Brand says, have you ever seen Starship Troopers? Of course I have. 1 and the crappy part 2. I think Harry Potter Werewolf is pretty unique. I think so too. It was kind of realistic. It was a cool take. It was an understandable take on it. I liked it. Worst looking werewolf is the one in Harry Potter. And then David said that's the worst looking one. It's different. It's almost like a Chihuahua werewolf. It was scrawnier, but I respect it. It was still done well, and it went with the story. It wouldn't make too much sense if it'd be a crazy hulking werewolf killing everybody. So it was what it was. John Calder, would you consider it bestiality to get in a relationship with a non-human sapient species, even if they were humanoid and fully cognizant, such as Asari from Mass Effect, or such as in the movie The Shape of Water? And absolutely not. I wouldn't consider that bestiality. If we can communicate with that creature, it's humanoid, and then that's I like that question, because that'd be a fun video to make. Where is that line, especially when we talk monsters, between what would be bestiality, basically making love to an animal rather than a human? Where is that breaking line? But the way you describe it, no, that'd be like an alien, and I'm fine with that, and I'm not going to be racist, in which this case it would be racist. That's why I think the word racist and racism in our human society is ridiculous. It's retarded, and I mean that in the literal sense. It's wrong, because we are one race. Maybe we're subspecies because we are more subspecies of one another than race, than differing race. So anyway, I'm not going to be racist with that question, and I'm definitely not going to be subspeciesist. Xenomorph versus werewolf. Hey, I hint at that battle at every video. I think it's time to move on to the Blob. We've been streaming for an hour. Wow, that goes fast. We've got 20 watchers. I keep repeating this because I've been watching these crypto channels. I shouldn't even be mentioning this. Crypto is digital currency, to keep it short. It's what a lot of people know as Bitcoin. Anyway, there's one channel, and they always say, hit those, smash those like buttons in every live stream, but it seems to work. And I'd appreciate more views and more people coming to this channel, because YouTube headquarters is screwing small channels, let's be honest. And so that's why I say slaughter those like buttons. Let's get more viewers. Let's move on to the Blob. The Blob. And my biggest Blob fan, I don't see him in the chat. Where is he? Alright, latest comments. We got, have you ever watched Supernatural? Not yet. Not yet. What monster are you scared of? I'd have to say something that's very alien and psychologically, physically to us. And that could be pretty much any of the monsters mentioned so far in this channel. It's just all a matter of how it's presented. From childhood, one of the scariest monsters I remember in a film or scenes is a human transforming into a werewolf. Okay, we go back to that. On the roadway, like in front of the car's headlights. But I don't know what movie that was. And I've been searching for it my entire life. So if you know of a very grotesque scene of a human transforming into a werewolf, I think on the street, let me know. I think it might have been one of the Howling movies. But that was pretty scary for me. In general, I mean, anything from ghosts to gods to mythical creatures, cryptids, Bigfoot. I mean, Bigfoot you could imagine as a, squeezable, huggable, big teddy bear type thing. Or if you actually see something, shall I say the word sapient, but intelligent, with kind of a face and nose like ours, but this whole furry body, 9 feet tall. Ooh, that would freak you out. That would be a shock, for sure. So, let's talk about Blob. Scariest monster is my mother-in-law. Do you think Quetzalcoatl may have been real? In some ways he was, in some ways he may have been, in some ways he wasn't, or it wasn't. That's why the whole story and lore behind Quetzalcoatl is so deep. David, that was good. Alright, let's talk about the Blob. The Blob. I just recently watched this movie, and it's a powerful being. And it's also not that slow, hence why it's so powerful. Let's ask the question for fun. Blob versus werewolf. Just for fun. Let's see what you guys say. Blob versus werewolf. Let's get a quick answer here. Just say blob or werewolf. Which one? The blob is more terrifying because it's closet phobic. Louis says, my mother told me monsters don't exist. Then the next day she took me to the zoo. I realized at that moment that monsters do exist. How about take you to the mall? No, take you to the line at the DMV or something like that. That'll be another place. This might be a little subject, but have you heard of new Monster Hunter game? I did, and it seems very interesting for me. I wish I had more time to delve into it. Maybe I will. Can you look at some of the monsters and see what you think of them? Okay, let's see if we can do that after Blob real quick, depending on how long this segment's going to be. The Blob is secret, and there's other things I wanted to mention. Let's do Blob, and then we'll get more freedom here. So Blob wins. I'd say Blob would win with something smaller like a werewolf. The Blob is more terrifying. So real quick, what can the Blob do? Well, let's see how many. I'm just curious. I wish there was a way to pop that out. We got 21 watchers. So welcome. The Blob isn't only a goo or like a gelatin cube. It's not just a goo that overlaps and eats something then. And it's basically like totally... people get digested, or beings get digested very quick when they are in contact with the Blob. Very fast. It's like a powerful acid. So, but it doesn't just move around like that, but it also can shoot off bits of itself, kind of like you see with the new Venom movie trailer. And that makes the Blob faster, more aggressive, and actually it can move pretty fast. And every time it consumes very fast and grows very fast, and consumes and grows and consumes and grows. So all in all, the Blob is a very powerful creature thing. Yeah, that's a creature. Reminds me of the movie Evolution. At the end of that movie, we have kind of a thing like Blob. Not really, never mind, but yeah. It will absorb the werewolf, Shelly Man said. Ocelotl? Ooh, Ocelotl Gaming. Cool name. The Blob looks like Jello. It does, but it doesn't taste like Jello. I'm a werewolf fan, but I have to go with the Blob. Yeah, you gotta be realistic, right? I love certain monsters more than others, but we gotta go with science. We gotta go with reality. That's why we are Monsterites. If Nurgle made a werewolf, ooh, we're talking Nurgle now from Warhammer, it would be a deceased rabid wolf corpse thing. If Korn made one, and I did paint a werewolf miniature before, a werewolf zombie, and sold it when I was younger and did that. If Korn made one, it would be skinless, bloody murder, and Slanesh would be hideous. Slanesh would simply be hideous. But if it was Nurgle, it'd be crazy stuff. All that fur, disgusting fur with algae, kind of growing all over it. Alright, my people. Blob would win with ease. Yeah, with ease if the werewolf was stupid and just attacked head on and ran into the Blob. If the werewolf was, intelligent and used some other methods, who knows? But not as far as what we know of these lores. Alright, latest comment, Gargamel. Welcome, Gargamel, the man. Hey guys, thank this person, Gargamel Gold, for the Demogorgon video, all about Demogorgon of Stranger Things, because he did request that he even helped fund that video. So, welcome, Gargamel. What the hell? This was going on the whole time, and I didn't realize it? Sorry. I'm sorry, I tried to let you guys know. I even made a reminder, put up a reminder last night. But no problem, you're on time. Started shooting seed and wings to soar across, increase its speed. Yeah. Creature Creator, and I'll bet you, Creature Creator, that they're going to redo a new, they're going to be remaking a new Blob movie, because that's Hollywood. And, we'll see, just like they did with The Thing. Very related movies and era and all that. Voltic says, I saw the Blob movie, but I forgot how it ended, and if they got rid of the creature. Well, slight spoiler, yeah, they destroyed it, of course, yeah, they destroyed it. Gargamel Gold, for the most part. I was getting impatient and not realizing that this had already started. You know what, Gargamel? I just checked before starting the live stream. It says 7 p.m. reminder at Pacific time. I always miss those little things on YouTube. Sometimes I release my video by accident 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm sleeping. Sometimes at 7 p.m. instead of a.m. So I'm sorry. It's mountain time. Mountain time forgot to mark that on there, or I missed marking that. So actually this is supposed to start at 8, which is 8 now, so you're at technically on time. So should we go another hour? I don't know. Louis says monsters have sharp teeth, claws, and can eat. That describes some animals in our world that you could call... Yeah, and I love the idea of monstrous animals, and I want to introduce some really cool animals and keep some too, and maybe even breed some and share that with you guys, all in the love of animals and conservation, but also because there are so many cool creatures out there, and in America especially, in these more developed countries now, you can purchase these amazing creatures, and I don't recommend it unless you can take care of them rightly. But they're so fascinating. The camouflage, the mantises, praying mantises out there, the frogs. There's pretty amazing creatures out there, the way they look, and definitely an inspiration for a lot of creature creators. Capro says a base might kill the blob. A base, if you mean human base, like military, basically. Chemical opposite. Let's see what... I'm out of drink. I'm out of drink. What do I do? Let me see here. My sister is scared of monsters. Good, let's keep it that way. No, there's some... She doesn't know that she's not scared of some monsters, because all monsters here include things like fairies, mermaids. Is she afraid of unicorns? I doubt it. So, let's have an interview with your sister. Welcome, Gargamel. After all, this channel chemical... I'm sorry. Gargamel said, I won't be able to watch this live now. I saw the reminding. Kept reloading it. Must be wrong. I was waiting an hour. I think the live stream didn't start. So he actually came early. Creature Creator said, what of the Blob movie is actually good and is about people's reactions, like going into bunkers and starvation, disappearing, almost like a zombie movie. Right, like a... what's the movie... An epic, what do you call that? Epidemic movie. The Blob becoming a huge thing. That'd be fascinating. If it got, like, not just spreading out into different parts, but being one huge entity. That'd be pretty nuts. 10 o'clock where you live, Voltex. Alright, well, let me know when you're going to go. I hope this isn't too late for you. Okay. Let me talk here real quick. What monsters would you like to have as a pet? All of them. I'd like to have all the monsters as pets, for the most part. I'd like to see a movie with a giant centipede. Ooh. I don't know why they haven't done a movie like that yet. They've done giant spiders, ants, a giant centipede. Centipedes are scarier than all of the above. Yeah, trust me, if you haven't seen or handled a big one. Handled? Don't even think about handling one. Creature Creator says, Voltix, check out the giant centipede in Witcher 3. Ooh, something to look forward to. Stream is still going. I'll be back. Okay, I hope you'll be back. Gargamel, enjoy your meal. Bye, everyone. Bye, Louis. Thanks for stopping by. It was awesome seeing you. I gotta go. It's been hell of a fun. Awesome. Can't read. Arthur, farewell until next time. Until next time, my friend. So a couple things I wanted to mention here that I have on my table that I use for some of the research. This was mentioned actually in a Medusa video. We got, just because it's right here, right? A natural history of them. It's fantastic. I did actually a review of this book. I interviewed the guy before on another channel. Cool book. Explores the anatomy and kind of the scientific side of creatures, as we love to do on the channel, right? Another one that I like to use, monster manuals. D&D, Dungeons & Dragons monster manuals. And I have to shout these out. Not that they need it, but the point here is, guys, even if you don't play D&D, even if you're into horror and don't care about this stuff, if you want to be a true monster lover, you should own at least one monster manual because they're just amazing. I love these books, and really I own this one for the monsters. Not that I play or have played in years, But the monsters, it has monsters in alphabetical order, information. The artwork is exceptional in all of these, and it's unclear in the video. And this is 3rd edition. There's newer ones. I love D&D monster manuals, or any monster guides or animal guides out there for that matter. And another one in America, in the United States, let me just say, 18 people watching. Guys, slaughter. Should I keep repeating that? I don't know. Let's see if it helps the channel. Slaughter that like button. Yeah, let's keep this going. The more people watch, the longer I'll go. If I see it's starting to slow down, we'll put an ending to this live stream. And I also do live stream, as I mentioned, on Twitch, so you can catch me there. I actually do little gameplays on there and art live streams, just things I don't want to put too much of here on this channel. Now, what was I saying? What was I saying? Should I be showing this? I feel like this should always be hidden. Let's keep a beautiful werewolf on screen, because they're all beautiful. Okay, so in America, we have our thrift stores, right? Thrift stores, like Goodwill, things like that. And I just went there recently, and you just find all kinds of cool things. But I found this book that I probably never find in a regular bookstore around here. I don't know how big it is, but look at that. It's Monster Spotter's Guide to North America. North American cryptids. And it's done in such a cool way. It's too bright. Such a cool way. Yeah, you guys can't see it. Just like animal guides. It tells you where the creature is, and every page has a different monster, just like that monster manual. Such a cool book. And yeah, I got it for like less than $2. So you never know what you find in a thrift store. What kind of cool, valuable things to you. Let's see what you guys said. Caprol says, and Pathfinder's creatures. Yep, Pathfinder's got that too. Creature Creator says, there is no other feeling that can match when your comment is noticed and talked about. Respect to that. Thank you. And I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I was just watching a YouTuber out there yesterday doing a live stream. His name is Sam Geppi, Geppi, Sam Geppi, and he does videos on Vedic astrology, Hindu astrology from India. Is very fascinating, and I talked to him through the comments. He mentioned me, and we might collaborate, since he knows like really in-depth knowledge on like the gods and goddesses of those ways, and that's perfect for our channel. So I know that feeling. It's awesome. And I'll always be doing this, no matter how big I am. 1 million subscribers, 100,000. I'll read you guys' comments as much as possible. I feel that werewolves are often shown as pure monster. We need to show them as majestic too. I like the word you used. When I was reading that, I was a little hesitant to accept the next word you're going to put. But since you put majestic, I think that's a great choice of word. Not just this grotesque or brutal werewolf, but majestic too. Just as we can show dragons rather than the stupid, scary beast, something with honor, something with age and the beauty to their age, and understanding and psychology and what and who they are. I like that. I like that. This is great. Thank you, Hot Rod. All right, let's see. Another thing I wanted to mention was fantasy art. Oh, for 2 years now I wanted to mention this magazine. I bought it when I came back to the States. I bought it at the bookstore. It's one of the most amazing magazines I've ever seen. Fantasy art. If you can buy this, buy it. It's worth it. It's better than most fantasy art books you will find. at your bookstore. A lot. It features H.R. Giger, the creator of Xenomorphs and Alien, those aliens. Frank Frazetta, Boris Vallejo, all the greats. It has techniques. I want to make a whole video for this. Fantasy art essentials. They give you a DVD. There's interviews in it. It's how many pages? It's over 200 pages. Hence, for the price, it's not cheap, but it will be better and more up to date than most fantasy and fantasy art books you'll find out there. What's that versus image? Not sure what you mean, Caprol. Okay. And last one, Brand Verdier. That's not a lot of Cyclops. That's true. There's not enough Cyclops movies out there. I believe one of the redos of one of the old movies, Clash of Titans, not Clash of Titans, the other one, I believe has, again, Cyclops is done in CGI. They're pretty good, but not enough. I love Cyclopses, obviously, since I have the skull. Anything else I wanted to mention? I feel like things are slowing down here. We've got 18 viewers. Nice, steady viewage. Smash, slaughter, kill that like button. Make sure it doesn't pop back up. Let me see. Here. Check out the Aztec god of death and ruler of deepest part of hell, Mexica mentioned. Ah, is that the one? That's not the one that Quetzalcoatl communicated with and kind of tricked. Fascinating. John Calder, what is your favorite boss monster from the original Spyro games? I'm not sure. I'm not sure with the Spyro games. Glad I found this channel, learn about monsters. Glad you found it. It's been awesome doing it for you for the last almost 3 years, guys. What is your favorite Godzilla of all of them? Uh-oh, another strong question. But, well, let's give it a shot. There's a lot of hate and love for the Shin Godzilla, but I got around to seeing it. It's powerful. Okay, it's gonna be like a lot of Japanese stuff and Japanese anime, but I also love that about it because they redid what they wanted to do with what they did with the first Godzilla, where the whole point of Godzilla was to be a terrifying, titanic monster, and that's what they did with the new version. It's a whole like redo, and it evolves really. It's really cool. I like that one. It's freaky when you look at its face. What America has done with Godzilla is cool too. It looks more realistic, of course. My favorite, I've mentioned it in my comments. I think Millennium Edition, I think, is one of my favorites too. Godzilla 2000 and the one after with the purple spines. They have that more of that hawk beak type, kind of majestic kind of look. Very respectable look. I like that Godzilla look too. See Godzilla 2000, right on. Yep. Imagine in another reality where magic is suppressed in modern times. Picture here. And magic has been suppressed much by religions and such and different groups on this planet. Hence, we have secret societies. More monsters, more monsters. I think we will get a sequel of Shin Godzilla. They definitely looks like they aimed for that with the ending of the first. Okay, becoming kind of hard to read this with the lighting in my face. Do you believe that the creature, the thing, is able to assimilate a xenomorph? Ooh, Blob. Ah, the thing. See, that's another video I'm going to be making. So, quick answer, I will be making that video. With more research, but quick answer to that, maybe no. What do you guys think? Government would probably contain and conceal it. Brent says, I have Shin Godzilla. It's a good movie. It's good. And they showed a lot of Godzilla and a lot of the monster. They do please that part of the monster movie. Let me see if I mentioned everything. Vote results. Oh, I forgot to mention our vote. How many people are watching? There's 19 of you. Cool. Thank you for staying this long at the stream. Let me launch this here. Let's launch it here. I did the last milestone video was where you guys voted for what? Do you remember? It was video game monsters or... Let me see it here. Video game monsters or... There it is. Or live streams. Right. And I think looking at the polls... Can I look at the poll here? Can I go in the back here? That'd be too much. Or...
I'm here to prove.
Anyway, let me see if...
Put the purple mattress blows memory foam out of the bedroom.
Ads.
Only purple
Ads.
Welcome,
If only they can help out this channel enough. Here is... Where is it? Where's that poll? We did a poll. The results of the poll are basically that... Oh, let me go deeper here. You're going to see the behind scoop. And I don't care. I like you guys. I trust you guys. You made World of Monsters what we are today and will be.
Welcome, traveler and explorer.
Don't need to hear two of me. Okay, so let's take a... Wait, it's not on this video? What am I doing? Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. I'm sorry, I'm seeing things a little bit here.
Traveler and explorer. Welcome to
That's what happens when you work with monsters for years. Where is that video? I just showed it. We're going to look at the poll results together to what people voted more for, live streams or video game monsters. And let's see. Okay, so if I vote here, there's just a sample vote. I won't vote on my own thing, but just to see the results, you see that video game monsters wins by about 70%. So video game monster reviews will be the winner. Now, depending on how well live streams do, I may do that more here, or I may experiment with that since the channel is struggling by numbers. But we'll see, and I am testing out Twitch and all that. So anyway, but video gameplays will be one, so you can request those monsters from video games that you love. It stages like an amphibian. That's right. Shin Godzilla kind of goes through many changes, evolves extremely fast. What is the biggest monster? Hot Rod asks. The biggest may not necessarily be a 10 on our power level, because that's biggest in sheer size. So we're talking what are we talking in big? Physically beyond this dimension? Or am I going too deep on it? But in general, I would call Titans to be the biggest on our Earth, and then you would go into celestial levels, into the sizes of planets, galaxies, and bigger. And that's where we would start heading over to that 10. Tyranids versus Unicron. That says Unicron, right? Sure, with Unicron. I'll say Tyrannid. Tyranids are power. Let's see, anything else I wanted to mention? Not much. Just that I love you guys. Love you very much. I love your years of support and questions about monsters and and making me enjoy what I do more and more. You've seen this. I'm working on some new art, and I will probably not be doing so small of an amount of sketch videos, speed sketches on the channel, and with those updates that go with it, because that's the only time you get to really hear my real voice and thoughts is in those speed sketch videos where I kind of update about a little bit more personal life and the channel. But so I will keep those up, don't worry. Here's a new sketchbook I started out. You can recognize this guy, Shaka. And I did this one on Twitch. Yeah, this little dragon face. Yeah, I got a new sketchbook, and it's actually great. I love it. I love it on smooth paper, so you can do details, not like the last one. So started that out. I wish this was Reddit and could give you gold. Gold? What is it, Reddit gold? Ah, Reddit gold. Well, just the word gold is fair enough for me. It's enough for me. That means a lot. It's the thought that matters. Okay, I finished my dinner. Gargamel's here. Gargamel, let's both eat planets. Unicron. There's this Unicron as a size planet. Unicron. I don't have enough. That's an interesting topic, John, about Unicron versus Tyranids. I'd have to look more into that and research Unicron. Considering what I know of Tyranids and how fast they evolve, it's like xenomorphs on steroids. If you love xenomorphs, then I'd probably still say Tyranids because of that. Do you like... Do you like Titans? I love Titans. Love huge humanoid or not humanoid creatures. It's very fascinating for me and creepy. Can be creepy. Alright. Gatekeeper says, Golvatron, imagine an army of Golvatron. Wow, they made Golvatron. Not sure what that is, but sounds something of quite a lot of power. We've been streaming for an hour and a half. I am losing my vision for some reason here. I think it's what Medusa did to me. It was that eye contact. I told you at the end of the video that I'm better, but I'm literally still in recovering from our making eye contact with her. I guess I'm going to put this to an end. This has been our 50,000 celebratory live stream, our second major one on the channel. I really, really love doing these. I love getting the energy in there. I love reading what everybody has to say. We'll see what happens. Looks like... and from what I know of YouTube and talking to other big YouTubers, I have a friend out there that has a channel with 1.3 million subscribers, and they're saying it's some of the worst times for them. So if you're starting out on YouTube, maybe it's a good time to start out, because I don't know if it's going to be worse than this. But just look at the amount of views we get. For 50,000 subscribers, we used to get 10,000 or 10% views, which would be a decent amount of views now. But we get maybe 1,000 views. It's hard to even do anything now that gets more views for you than you have subscribers. Videos are just not being shared as they used to be. It's like the economy in the world. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. I hope YouTube will keep changing and update their algorithm. I'll stay here, but I will, if I want this to be successful, I will have to branch out, and I will have to find other sources of income to continue what I'm doing here with the quality I am, which means that I will be here, but it will obviously limit my time creating stuff here. So just telling you guys the state of things out there so that you know with other YouTubers you watch to support them. I like something that Boogie2988, right? You know, Boogie, the big YouTuber out there, says, because he's one of the few big YouTubers that says this. And he doesn't just talk about his channel. His channel's fine, and he knows that he's got almost 3 million, I think, subscribers now. But what he says at the end, I wish more big YouTubers said this. Support those small YouTubers out there, because it's extra hard for them. So I'd like to send that message out to other YouTuber and friend channels out there as well. Quick shout-outs to probably AJ Pickett, the Mighty Glue Stick channel, Idig Beer, Sam Jeppy I mentioned earlier, Shelves Hot Pencil, that's also works with us here, Louis Zenadog just starting out. There's so many. There's even channels that I have been around longer than me, like Jeff Lafferty or Jeff Maricola. They're artists that have been doing art, fantasy art, for over 40 years. I'm bigger than them. But should I be? Those channels should be big, guys, and they deserve it. So shout out to all those hardworking, creative, quality people out there. I'd like to probably end this live stream on that note. Just go out, support the channels. If by any means would be just giving them likes. A lot of us don't ask for those likes. That's why maybe we're not so huge out there. But give them those likes, share their stuff on Facebook and different forums that you go around that have that relating topic. So, have a good night, Mexica Gaming, the Monster Godfather. Wow, I am humbled with such a term. Tomorrow morning, there will be a video. I'm curious what you guys are going to think about it, because it's not my usual video. It's actually kind of me talking to you like I have been here. So, but anyway, I've started my channel, Ocelotl Gaming. There's another shout out, Ocelotl Gaming. Are you in Mexico or South America? Sorry that I was gone for so long. No problem, Blake. We'll be ending here soon, and this will be up permanently so you guys can watch this and see parts you've missed. I've been even more inspired thanks to you. That's awesome to hear, Ocelotl Gaming. Hot Rod, don't be killed by the monsters. The monsters are my friends. The monsters are my friends, just like animals. More than humans, even. Except for you guys. But then, I question if you're all humans out there. You have good contact. Thank you. I'm honored. I hope you make more live streams. I hope so, too. It's just the majority of the silent public apparently don't want that on this channel. But who knows? Who knows? Because you can't even get the right statistics anymore. YouTube as well. A YouTube. Bendy Super Saiyan, are you saying that's a channel too? Well, anyway, if not, either way, shout out to Bendy Super Saiyan. See ya, Blake. Mexico Gaming Brother. Cool. Mexica. Right on. Support them. Support everywhere, worldwide. I've lost so much enthusiasm with YouTube. Not with this channel, because this channel is outside of YouTube for me. But I've lost enthusiasm for supporting YouTube. I've taught my student before a class on YouTube, which I wasn't supposed to, but that's how much I loved it and believed in it, because you can do what you love and make money from it, right? If you get to that level, that's a dream come true. That's living the dream. I am living the dream, but it's not a dream anymore when you're struggling and you're worried about bills. So, but that's where I really stuck up. I was planning to do meetups and actual conferences and doing real local meetings, teaching people how to make YouTube your business and making another course. But you know what? With how unpredictable YouTube is and how it treats quality channels out there, unlike the Jake Pauls out there and other crap. No offense to anybody that likes that stuff. There's just the big company will never support people like us, the true artists, the true creatives, the inventors, the great minds out there. Not calling myself necessarily a great mind, but you know, I am a small niche kind of channel. I love this stream, and it loved you, Blake. Love you too, Ocelotl Gaming. Thank you for the support. So again, I lost that motivation to even teach those classes. So now I'm all about just Monsters, continuing this, supporting other channels, collaborating, continuing doing what I love, and being creative as much as I can, and getting that inspiration from you guys. Remember, it's always back and forth. It's always back and forth. I inspire you, I hope, but either way, you inspire me, you give me ideas, you make me think, and that's great. Filthy Isri, John Calder said, I miss Filthy Frank. I thought he's still up there. What happened? Or do you mean that he's not doing the content he used because he's doing more music or something? Too bad it has to end. So, anyway, and what was I going to say? And that's the thing. Stupidity will always kind of thrive. We see that in Hollywood. We see that with magazine covers. That's how this reality of our idiocracy works on this planet. So if you do want to do silly, goofy videos, and, you know, I don't want to use the word stupid, but you're probably going to be more successful than people doing actual quality art or technical videos out there. Because that's how the world, unfortunately, is. You know what? I'm done. That's going downhill again. I want to say thank you guys. Go out, support your favorite channels out there, particularly the smaller ones. The big ones, hey, they already have the support, right? So, shout out to all of them. Shout out to all the people in this comment section that have their own channels and want to live their dream and will not give up getting there. So, with that said, see you later, Ocelotl Gaming. See you later, Blake Wright. Goodbye, Hot Rod. Goodbye, John Calder. Goodbye, Bendy Super Saiyan Rose. It was great connecting with you. Goodbye, Blake Brandt. Zaprozul. Goodbye, Nicholas from out there in Wales. And if you want, well, there is another YouTube personality named Rachel David. Maybe able to help you. I will Google that name right after this stream is done. So thank you very much, Nicholas. Goodbye, John Calder again. Frank managed to do both. That is true. Yep. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching. The next live stream will not be that far away. The next major one. It won't be a year. I'm sorry about that, but you know, I aim to please, and yeah. So, thank you for watching. I hope it was fun. I hope I gave you the energy you desired, and that kept you going as you guys kept me going. So, until next time, stay monstrous, my friends. Have a great day or night, wherever you are. See you tomorrow morning, and see you in the comments. Thank you. Thank you very much.